I just got this Sandmarc iPhone probe lens to go along with the rest of my Sandmarc iPhone lenses. We're going to go over what cool things we can use it with, how we can use it, and why it's probably the coolest lens ever. I've been dying to get a probe lens for the longest time. I wanted one of those other ones for the Sony cameras, but then this came up, and I actually kind of really like shooting iPhone because the processing is so good and you can like see it back right away and do a lot of different things. So I'm excited to test it out. We're going to see what cool things we can shoot with it and then go over some other stuff like this new fisheye lens I got from Sandmarc as well. So let's see if I can get even wider than the 0.5 with the one with the fisheye. Screw this bad boy on. Here we got autofocus on. And let's try coming back from the steering wheel. This is stabilizer on. Oh, that looks sweet. Oh, it does not understand cinematic at all. That actually is kind of dope. See what my face looks like. Hey, yo, what's up? It's cinematic Yuri. The camera does not understand what's going on. All right, and if we put the fisheye over the 0.5, that looks super wacky. How close can we get? Whoa, look how close we can get. Now we can zoom in more. Oh, that's kind of fun. All right, so starting off here, we got the 100mm macro that I got, the telephoto 58, the wide 16, the microscope, and now the fisheye. And those all hook onto my iPhone 16 Pro case, which I just kind of took off because I've got this attached to it. I got the one from my last iPhone right there. And this screw onto either the 1x or the 2x. But on the old one, this used to be the wide, but now this is the wide on the newer phones. So you got to make sure you get the right one. And you could also just clip this over and it'll go over the lens so you don't fully need the case. And all of these carrying bags come with one of these with it. So then this probe lens, all right, this comes with this nice big case. This has a USB plug so that you can charge it up and then add some light, because when you get in really tight, you'll need that. Handheld is not going to be the best, but we do have an automated slider. So we'll see what kind of cool stuff. We're going to use it for cars. I think just like rolling up on like getting cool stitches and getting into like the gauge cluster and stuff. Shots that are tricky to get like, you know, like an iPhone into, because this will hit the steering wheel when you're coming back. Whereas this can like kind of sneak through the gauge cluster and get all the way back. Hope you like me shooting on this wide angle fisheye lens on my Sony camera. I'm trying to get a crazy look because I'm bored with normal camera stuff. All right, so if we look at this lens here, we do have some caps and covers for it, and it's already off. Let's put it onto our camera. First, we'll switch out the case to this Sandmarc case, which is nice and tight and it'll hold the camera really well. All right, so we put it into our 1x lens and just carefully screw it in. And then this holds surprisingly well just from the phone. I mean, I guess we could probably put a clamp on it here and then run that on a slider, but we do have an electronic slider we're going to use. All right, so they suggest using a app that is not just a camera app, so you have more control over your focus and stuff. So here I am in Pro Cam, and I've got my video. I'm going to set it up to 4K 24. And then let's go to our manual mode. And right now it's a little dark in here. Oh, no, it's our white balance. Let's crank our ISO up. Oops. And we can also turn this on to get some more light. And here we can see, you know, you can slide it in here. And by hand, pull it back, which is pretty cool. Obviously, the whole room is too dark for this right now. And then there's also a focus ring right here. which if we, okay, so let's put this little bag in front. We can focus it so that that's out of, that's farther focus and this is closer focus. So if we want it to be nice and close, that's the closest we'll get. And that's like less than an inch. And now you can see that PlayStation in the background is more visible. And now this is more visible. So then we probably want to be actually locked off on our focus by clicking here. So with the closest, let's put our focus right. I don't know what it does really. So we'll lock our focus to, what if we lock this and then turn it? No, we really got to be. It's going to autofocus 0 is our best bet. Because the other one makes everything a little blurrier. And yeah, there we go. And like we can just go, but then you can see a lot in the background still. But anyway, so it'll be a cool probe lens. So now what we can do is set it up on the tripod and just send it backwards and see if we can probe into stuff. And then we'll try it out on cars. Now that's pretty cool. Okay, what if I blast the lights right over it and then turn off the built-in light? Okay, so that looked pretty cool. Once you get set up, like I don't know if that's the exact shot you want, but it does seem to work well. And then we can try it handheld too in the normal camera app and see if that makes it any different. We'll just try to pull it. Not nearly as cool. And then if we try like just holding it in the air. Probably can't be warp stabilized that well. But it is good to like get it into stuff. Like say if I wanted just a shot of this. Like if I just needed a shot of that. Or like if I just needed a shot of it saying wide 16, right? Well, okay, so maybe that's the coolest part. Is just the transitions out. So you get the macro shot you need and you transition it out with a twist. All right, so the outside shots turned out pretty well. We got a bunch of cool different things. Last thing we are going to try is action figures, because usually when you get macro with a action figure or a collectible card, you cover up a lot of the card with the shadow of the camera, like this. You block all the light. So with this, technically, we should be able to get nice and close, especially with that light, and not cast a gigantic shadow all over it. So overall, to end things off, love the probe lens, love the fisheye lens. I like using all these lenses for different types of macro shots to shoot with your phone, which is super easy because you can get into tighter spots that you can with DSLRs, and you always have your phone on you, and it's got good processing. And like for 500-ish bucks for the probe lens, that's an awesome way to dive into probe lens stuff without having to buy like a couple $1,000 one. So thanks for watching. Shout out Sandmarc, really cool lenses, lots of fun footage. Subscribe for more tech reviews and camera reviews and stuff like that.